I've been with Jerry Hoyland these last couple of days, and Jerry and I played second base and shortstop, and everybody's commended how easygoing and how likable Ollie was, and it's all true. Play second base or shortstop behind him, and if you're a little bit lazy, you're not really with it, when Oliver turned around and he looked at you. Right, Jerry? There was nothing like that. And he got his point across. And another story, I got so many things going through my head today, it's crazy, but his wonderful wife, Pat, who I grew to love also, but I didn't love her right away. We went to a tournament. I'm 19 years old, and 5 of us go over the border, and I drank Labatt's beer. And the next morning, we're at the ball field. I don't even know if I had my uniform on. I mean, I was in bad shape. I had never played in a tournament with Ollie up in Canada. And the Fiddlers drive in, and all of a sudden, Mrs. Fiddler gets out of the car. And she walks over to where we're, and we are in bad shape. We are in bad shape. And she says, "You boys ready to play ball today?" And I looked at her, and I'd never seen her before. And she says, "When Oliver comes to the ballpark, Oliver comes to play." Absolutely sent a dart through my system. And I said, "Please, God, get me through this game. Please." I got so many, I could get into the record book, and, the Prince Albert Hall of Fame. Great, Google that. In 3 minutes, it's good, isn't it, Gary?
That's awesome.
And then I remember when he went into the Hall of Fame here in North Dakota, Ollie was eloquent. He could get up, and Gary reminded me of him yesterday. It was almost like looking at Ollie, but Ollie, he was so cool. He was so relaxed. But here's the one. This is the one that gets me. All of a sudden, the Rice boys, Johnny, Peter, David, I get a phone call. Johnny sends me a script. He says, "Read it." It's entitled Fiddler. Like Mr. LaValle said, or no, the priest said, was he Fiddler or no? But he sent me the script, and I stayed up all night. And I read it, and it was what softball was. Johnny did a tremendous job, and Johnny was writing scripts for Hollywood. So they get a press conference at Sports World, and John Holden, our governor at the time, who loved Ollie, gave a great introduction speech. Johnny Rice got up, gave a talk about how he said this movie will go. And Ollie was so cool and calm, and I'm convinced this is it. But of course they're looking for investment money, all Hollywood works. It was a $7 million project. Never was a movie done about softball. Never. And Johnny was convinced this will go. He had a guy from the Green Mile, a Native American man that was going to play the part. Who was the guy in Steinfeld that was really funny? He was going to try to get him in there. George was going to be in the movie, and I see Kurt Carlson here. Kurt was telling me he read it. He was upset because they called the third baseman Dan Brecky. And you know what? I was upset too because I think one of the Eagles was a shortstop. And I called my father-in-law and I said, "We got to come up with some money," I said. And I see Rick Anderson here, and I remember talking to Rick, who was the president of First Western, and he said, "Dale, you got to remember, it's a pyramid, and movies are hard to invest in. The odds of it, and it didn't go over. But that week, I thought it was brilliant. If you ever get a chance to read that, it's about what we are about. It's like growing up in Minot, and our master and our leader was Oliver Fiddler. I told Evan today a story that I was not a confident athlete. Jerry knew that too. And I thought, Ollie, I'm going to fool him. And I'm going to show him that I'm a shortstop and I can play the game. And we were playing the Bismarck guys at their Missouri Slope tournament. I told this to them this morning. 2 outs in the last inning. Ollie's not having a great day, but that was the chameleon in him. He could not be having a great day, and he still, there he was at the end of the game. 2 outs. They had a runner on third base. And Jack Lundin used to say to me, Dale, just tell him to hit the ball to you. You know, told this to Jerry. I said, I'm sitting on my heels and I'm saying, please, Lord, don't hit the ball. He did. Might have been Gary. Olmsted hit it to me and he could run. And I'm not kidding you. I was like I was in slow motion. I picked up the grounder and it was like I was stuck in the mud and I was scared. And it was like, and I somehow threw the ball to first base. And Gary was safe. We called him out. We win the game. We go through the line, we shake hands. Evan's dad always stood with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. And Ollie comes over to me. He said, Dale, what happened? My mom always said, be honest. And I looked at him and he's looking at me and I said, I choked. Ollie, I choked. And he looked at me with an infectious smile and he started to laugh. And he laughed. And he put his arm around me and he said, Dale, you're a good player, but you think too much. And he knew me. Here's this guy, this older man from Saskatoon, and he already knew everything about me. And what a tremendous experience that was, because it did loosen me up. I was a perfectionist. I thought I had to play at Ollie's level to make him happy with me. Ollie played, let's face it, the guys that we played with, we weren't even close to his level of ability. But you talk about being humble. He knew that too. But he played, he was a teammate. He was our leader. It just took a few words sometimes. I'd have done anything for the guy. But I started to get rid of my demons then as an athlete. And a lot of that was because of Ollie Fiddler. It was, like I said, I get my wife telling me I get long and whatever, but this is just incredible. The feeling I have with you, and I'm loving this. And one other story. 2,000 people. Mark Rasmussen's here. Great. He said he might like fast pitch better than baseball when Ollie was pitching, but great fan. And you probably remember 1977 we played Wireless out of Minneapolis. First game of the regional, and they had a good team. They had a catcher that was a left-handed hitter that was a real good hitter. I had screwed my ankle up and I had John Crowley taping me, and 2,000 people there. He struck this catcher out 4 times. 4 times. Game's over, we win, we're celebrating, we're feeling good. I went into the recreation office, and John's taking my tape off, and I think Jim Collins was there, and Bookie was there. Bookie was a master at vocabulary. This guy comes in, and he's mad. He comes in and he says, who's running this place? And Bookie stepped up, and he had a pipe in his mouth, and the guy says, what's the problem? The guy says, that pitcher, Fiddler, he's illegal. Bookie took his pipe out and he says, well, let's see, what can we do about it? And the guy is just, he says, you know that man is 45 years old? You just struck out 4 times, and I'm going to tell you, I've been watching this game for almost 60 years. He's the most legal pitcher that there is, and they have a hopper for them in Minneapolis. And he says, your problem, buddy, is you're just looking for an excuse. And the guy was flabbergasted, and I felt sorry for him because he was a good player. And he looked around, and all of a sudden he stormed out of the... How many players over the years felt that type of emotion when they were embarrassed by this master pitcher. That chameleon who won a state championship when he was 53 years old. Played against the great San Diego team in 1989. He's 57 years old. And the pitcher that beat us 1-0. Danny Brecky's here. It was the craziest play. But I talked to their pitcher after the game, this guy from San Diego. And I told him that Ollie, he asked me how old Ollie was. I said, he's 57. The guy could not believe it. He said, one of the most masterful pitchers I've ever seen. He thought he was in his 40s. And Ollie was 57 years old. Wow. I can remember that. It was just, and Ollie's emotions, like Floyd said, he was, we talk about accomplishments. I like to use poetry. I like poetry a lot. I'm not very good at it. But to really describe a man, a bell isn't a bell unless it's rung. A song isn't a song unless it's sung. The love we've been given wasn't meant to stay. Love isn't love until you give it away. I'm saying this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged into the wood, and I took the one less traveled. Ollie Fiddler took a road from Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and he followed the road to Minot, North Dakota. What a road. What a road. He did it his way, and he was a servant of the Lord, like the priest so eloquently said today. He was a chameleon. He was an artist. And just think how he touched us. That world we live in, that Funny's Land, so aptly described, was heaven for me. It really was. I think I gotta go on. Floyd told me, he said, I have a problem with emotion. I say, I not only had a temper, I had a temper also, and Ollie knew that. Ollie says you gotta control that. See? I worked on it. And I can be emotional. There's a poem about God's Hall of Fame. It's a long one, I'm not going to read the whole thing. But I think this touches on where Oliver, this crowd on earth, they soon forget when you're not up at the top. They'll cheer like mad until you fall. And then the praise will stop. Not God, he never does forget. And in his Hall of Fame, by just believing in his Son forever, there's your name. I tell you, friend, I wouldn't trade my name, however small, that's written there beyond the stars in that celestial hall. For all the famous names on earth, or glory that they share, I'd rather be an unknown here than have my name there. My picture of Ollie Fiddler today comes to the pearly gates. And St. Peter comes, and he looks Oliver Fiddler in the eyes. There's that smile, that wonderful, wonderful smile. And he's looking right at you, and St. Peter says, Oliver Fiddler, before you tell me a little bit about your life on this planet Earth, he says, I got 24 softballs and I'd like you to autograph them. I feel like you right now, Floyd. I love Ollie. He had a tremendous impact on our lives, in my life especially. I grew up a lot playing with this great man. I miss him. Thank you for allowing me to really celebrate an icon, a hero, and And he went through the pearly gates today, believe me. Thank you.
I'd like to